The views and opinions expressed in the following program are those of the participants and do not necessarily reflect those of KSMQ Public Service Media Incorporated or its assigns.
One of the great traditions in rural Minnesota is breakfast on the farm. It's an opportunity for people outside of agriculture to visit a farm and meet those who produce the food we enjoy throughout the year. On this episode of Farm Connections, we travel to a farm near Adams, Minnesota for a breakfast on the farm gathering. There will be plenty of fun, food, and information, so stay tuned for Farm Connections.
Welcome to Farm Connections with your host, Dan Hoffman.
Farm Connections on KSMQ, sponsored in part by the Cedars of Austin, a senior living community. We even have a retired farmers club. Independent, assisted, and memory care apartments. Learn more at cedarsofaustin.com. Will Mahler, the ag attorney, has been representing dairy farms in Minnesota, Iowa, and Wisconsin for 37 years. Will Mahler, the ag attorney's office is in Rochester, and Will is a proud partner of Farm Connections. Thanks, Will Mahler.
Fewer and fewer people live and work on farms, causing many to want to connect with those who grow our food. To address this, annual events are conducted throughout Minnesota to help acquaint people with agriculture and our country's agrarian roots. They're called Breakfast on the Farm, sponsored by Minnesota Farm Bureau, and they're opportunities for everyone to become more familiar with the story of agriculture. Join us now for this year's Breakfast on the Farm.
Ready to go? Okay guys, come on, let's load up. That's a good idea, you period. Special. Yep, just like that, Jonas. That's perfect. Alright, here we go. Where are we going today? We're going to breakfast on the farm. What do we grow in our backyard? We have a garden where we grow some things. So they're excited to be able to go to the farm and see it in a bigger scale. Do you know what comes from cows? What comes from cows? Milk, you're right. We like milk, don't we?
A lot of the folks that are coming in from the urban areas are 3 or 4 generations disconnected from the farm, and this actually shows them what it's all about.
How do they fill the stuff?
How do they fill it? Well, see, if you see it right up there at the top.
We felt that this is a really good way to get non-farm people out to the farm and show them what happens out here, the value of farm families.
Can we pet him? Mama, can we pet him? They have a baby. They have a baby. Can I touch it?
It creates a experience that they can learn about what happens on the farm. It's a fun experience. We have a lot of animals to look at, small animals for kids, a petting zoo, and a chance to interact with certain kind of animals.
This cow might come over by Daddy. He's going to see if he can get him to come over there. Hold it really still. He's not sure. He's thinking. Okay, he sees Dad, and he's going to let Dad. Oh!
When will we?
What's that?
And it's also a chance for the kids and yourselves to talk to farmers, see what farmers do, how we care for things. We try to showcase different kind of farm every year and all aspects of it. See some of our new machinery. It's like almost going to a fair. And it's just a nice family outing for people that come from a urban setting, even farm settings. It's just fun for everybody.
It's nice to share farm life with your community. We're Jim and Connie Sathry, and we are hosting Morrow County's Breakfast on the Farm, and we live on a farm near Adams, Minnesota.
Well, I raise corn and soybeans, 1,500 acres, and we custom feed 4,000 hogs, which would be 12,000 a year. Then I got my boar meat goats that we raise every year to sell for 4-H kids, and cats and dogs and whatever else strays in. We take a lot of pride in keeping our place clean and neat, and it takes a little extra effort, but we don't mind it and we enjoy doing it.
Well, the kids certainly are enjoying all of the different farm animals that we have here today, I've noticed. It's been fun to walk around and watch them pet the animals.
It's fun to listen to the kids. Some like the baby donkey, some like the rabbits, some like the chicken, some don't like any of them.
Let's go over there and look at let's go and look at the horses.
It's fun to see the kids that come from the city that haven't had this exposure yet to see the animals, to see what it's like on the farm. To see where milk comes from.
I went to 70 miles to get some of the animals and 50 miles and arranged other people to bring them in, and my kids, hired kids, they got friends and they had to go get some animals. I even had one kid that works for me and he's disappointed because he emailed the zoo, he wanted an elephant. And the zoo did email back and said that sorry, but we don't let our big animals go out. Well, we start back there. We have Scottish Highland long-haired, longhorn cattle. Then we go to the miniature beef cattle that are 36 to 41 inches high. We got some Holstein calves, yearlings back there. Then we go to the miniature ponies. And we got one there, a mom that's going to have a baby any day now. We were really hoping she'd have a baby today. And then you walk up by the house and you'll get, well, what do we got there? We got ducks, and we got a miniature donkey that stands 2 feet tall probably, and she's got a baby that's lighter than a bag of groceries. And we got miniature goats over there that they were actually demonstrating milking. And we got rabbits.
Yeah. We have kittens over there too.
Every kid likes something different.
We go through a lot of milk at our house. It's your favorite thing, isn't it, Jude? Jude could probably drink a gallon of milk in 2 days on his own. So they love milk. So that was kind of fun for us to see that a cow makes...
I only milk chocolate.
You love chocolate milk, yes. So they were excited to see that a cow makes 6 gallons a day. So we might need to invest in one. I think that they like seeing all the different animals, and it was fun to learn the different facts about them. So we got to find out lots of things and see a lot of the animals, which was their favorite part probably. How many stomachs do cows have?
Well, we were just talking about that.
3, add 1. 4, good job.
The farmers do care about what happens out here. We care for the land, the livestock. This is important to us that these things do well because it's part of our livelihood and it's part of our legacy too, as passing on to future generations.
Agriculture is going to get more important because other countries, they have to eat and they don't have the opportunity to grow the crops like we do, and they need the food and we need the food, and it's all about food. We've enjoyed having the people here, and all the comments have really been appreciated. Down the road a couple of years, we wouldn't be opposed to maybe doing it again.
So we said goodbye to the pigs and the cows, and what else? The llamas, yeah. So we had a good time, didn't we? Did we have fun? Yeah.
The most important factor for breakfast on the farm is, obviously enough, the location. Farm families throughout Minnesota agree to open up their farms and act as hosts to these events. This year's Mower County Breakfast on the Farm was set at Sathry Farms near Adams, Minnesota. Jim and Connie Sathry run a successful livestock and crop operation. They were kind enough to invite people for a visit. You must have started this before yesterday. How long have you been working on this project?
Well, we've been talking about it since last year and going to Gene Anderson's Breakfast on the Farm. That's when we started discussing putting it on and talking about what we could do and how we would do it. So it's been quite a while.
At least a year you've been preparing for today.
Talking about it, but it's been more the last few months, of course, that we've done the bulk of the work.
But you have the farm looking beautiful, as always, but especially for this event. And Jim, why did you do this? You've opened up your farm, your home. Why?
Well, we fixed it up like we fixed it up, and we get so many compliments, and a lot of people said, you ought to have the breakfast on the farm. So, yeah, it'd be nice, to show off the work we've done and what you can do if you want to do it. And we enjoy having people out. I like to visit with people, and we've had a great time today with meeting all these other people that we've never seen before. And they've come from other states. They come from all over. And they come up to you and say, hey, nice place, nice breakfast. It's been fun.
You've actually given a lot of people a lot of opportunities. And they've learned about agriculture. They've learned that you actually live where you work. Yeah. Has it been challenging living and working in the same spot?
I don't know.
Well, it makes it handy when you come home at midnight or 1 o'clock. You can just walk 100 feet to the house. But no, that's part of why you want to do what you do. You come in the yard every day. Okay, maybe I'll fix this. Maybe I'll change that. Can I do something make this look better? It's just something we can do. It's different than working in town. You go to town, you work, and you come home 9 to 5, 8 to 5, 7, whatever you do. But the work is never done here. The work is never done. So you keep striving to make yourself better, and we feel we've got there now.
What's been the most gratifying part of today, Breakfast on the Farm, for you, Connie?
Just sharing our place, our farm, with the community, with our family, with our friends, and all the help that we've had to pull this together. It's been wonderful. I really enjoyed it. And I would say that's probably just the community coming together and sharing our place with them.
And so generous of you.
Oh, thank you.
Jim, what's been the most gratifying part for you?
Well, I really enjoyed today. We knew we didn't have to do much except for entertain. But through this last week, I've had dealers and car dealers and implement dealers call, hey, can we bring some stuff down? We want to come. And the compliments we're getting from people is worth everything.
You do a good job. You're great ambassadors for agriculture. Connie, thank you also.
Thank you. Thank you. Appreciate it.
The organizers of Breakfast on the Farm have a specific goal: to tell the story of agriculture through personal experiences. Why is this so important? I met with Ron Frank and Rick Smith, representatives of Minnesota Farm Bureau, which sponsors Breakfast on the Farm, to understand what kind of impact they hope to achieve. You guys put a lot of work into this project. It's Breakfast on the Farm. Why do you do it?
Well, we felt that this is a really good way to get non-farm people out to the farm and show them what happens out here, the value of farm families and how they take care of things, the land and those kind of things. And over the years, I think we've probably done this 6, 7 years now. It's grown every year, and we have new challenges every year. First year it was rain the night before, it didn't get to 60 degrees, and we didn't know if this was going to go anymore, but we did, and we've had it ever since. And we have a different site. We try to rotate to different kind of farms, with dairy farms, beef farms, diversified farms. One year we had a farm that had a vineyard there, plus other things like that. So we try to showcase the things that we do in this county as farmers, and it is a lot of work. And as board members, and the planning stages start pretty early. We got to line up host family. It's a big challenge and a commitment for a host family. And I'd like to congratulate Jim and Connie. They've done a lot of work here, like a lot of the other ones, and it really showcases what we like to do here. So that's really important. Then we then all the other things that go along with it. There's a committee, then we have quite a few number of meetings and a lot of contacts and people to call. You know,
it's a tremendous amount of work, and you're right, the host family has been very gracious. But not only that, it's their home, it's their business, and it's a business that operates on a daily basis. So they are really opening up their home and their business.
Yes, and I can't state enough how important that is and how grateful we are to have that.
Rick, you're a dairy farmer. Why do you think this is important to do from a dairy perspective?
Well, for one thing, a lot of the folks that are coming in from the urban areas are 3 or 4 generations disconnected from the farm, and this actually shows them what it's all about. And like this year, we've got a petting zoo of just about any animal you'd find on a farm. And just a while back outside, some city folks were milking a goat that they had up on a stand. And we've got a make-believe cow in the shop where they're serving pancakes that kids can milk also. And out back in the sheds, we got beef cattle, highline cattle. There's show pigs, turkeys, goats, ducks, chickens. About anything you can find on a farm is out here today. So
what's really fun is it's interactive. There's children, there's grandpas, there's grandmas, all doing something. Riding little tractors, taking rides on big tractors. You did a great job.
Well, we even have horse-drawn carriages here giving a tour of the farm today. So
tell me, why wouldn't somebody want to be here today?
I don't know. I don't know why they wouldn't want to be here.
We've got friends, we've got food, we've got farmers, we've got agriculture, we've got animals. There's a lot of things going on here.
Yeah, and I think all the people are really enjoying themselves, even despite the cloudy and the rain we had this morning. So,
well, I've heard both of you talk about urban and town people being here and learning. Do you think there's some things for farm and agricultural people to learn here?
One thing that we do learn is how town people, like we like to say, perceive us. You know, some of those things that they make comments or they have questions, and usually it's just a form of friendly questions, and it's an opportunity just for us to see how they see us. That's probably the main thing that we can learn.
So you're trying to break down barriers between groups and have everybody understand how complicated agriculture really is?
Yes, and my contention is that agriculture is really a very complicated business. It's hard to purvey that. We're making a wide range of decisions every day about a whole bunch of different things, and it's hard. We're doing it, and it's hard to explain it to somebody else.
Rick, what's the most rewarding thing you've seen today?
Just people enjoying themselves, talking to people in there, and to piggyback off what Ron said there, it's very important to educate the public, and if we as farmers and livestock producers don't do it, there's going to continue to be that disconnect in the future. So we got to continue to inform the public on what we do, because there's a lot of people that take their facts from not unreliable sources, and it kind of puts a frown on especially the livestock industry, and once they come out and see what a farm is all about, it really helps put a lot of things into perspective for them as well. So
nice comments. And I'm thinking, when I walk around, this farmer really must care about the land and the animals and the crops, because everything's well taken care of.
Yeah, they do a real good job here.
Ron, what's the most enjoyable thing you've seen this morning?
It's kids riding these tractors out here. And my grandkids are coming, but I haven't seen them yet. So.
Well, I've seen families come with grandkids, sons and daughters, grandpa and grandmas, and there might even be some great grandpas and grandmas out here.
I'm sure they are. I know I've seen the 3 generations, and that's always fun to see. And farming and rural communities as a whole are really family orientated, and we need to, this is one way to continue that and give activities that you can continue to do that. And that's always been important for most of us, is to continue that family orientated atmosphere.
Well, thank you for telling the story of agriculture and putting this great breakfast on the farm together. It's absolutely fabulous.
You're welcome.
Thank you, Rick. Thank you, Ron.
Yep.
Breakfast on the farm is also an opportunity for people within agriculture to meet up with one another, though many wouldn't consider their roles traditionally agricultural. I visited with Scott Felton, an accountant who serves farm families, and Bruce Whitaker, an ag equipment salesman, to learn more about how agriculture in its many forms supports rural economies. Scott and Bruce, you both work in an urban setting in Mower County. How does this farm impact your jobs and Austin? Maybe first Scott.
Well, I work in an accounting firm, and we do a lot of tax returns for farmers, and farmers support the community a lot through property taxes and the income taxes they pay. When the farm economy is good, that helps the overall economy. You know, Austin and Mower County is, you know, an ag county. It's probably the biggest portion of the economy is related to farm production and processing of farm products. So agriculture is very important to our community.
Well said. Thank you. Bruce, how does it impact what you do for a living? And maybe start there. What do you do for a living?
Well, I work at an equipment dealership, and so 99% of our business is ag, from equipment sales to part sales to repairs, service department, stuff like that. So it's everything. I mean, as far as the equipment that they buy, parts buy, the parts that they get, stuff like that. So.
Have you seen any changes over your career in agriculture and its equipment?
Oh, huge changes. I've been at that dealership for 23 years now, and the size of the equipment has changed, the electronics, the computerization, auto steer, and all the mapping and documentation, and it's just changed tremendously. And what's going to change again in 10 years is mind-boggling, where they're going to not even have to drive the tractor, probably not even have to be in the tractor. You know, just set it at a computer screen and watch it go back and forth through the field.
Scott, I'm thinking from what I'm hearing from both you and Bruce, you're really hopeful that the ag economy and the farmers do well in our areas, and really everywhere. Is that true?
Right. It's, you know, because of where we're at, in the area we live, farming is really important, and it's important that agriculture stays strong, and that, you know, good weather for crops and livestock, because it does really support the rest of, help to support the rest of the community. And, you know, it's been a long-term industry, and it's going to continue to be, you know, primary industry in our area, and we need to take advantage of it, and also appreciate it, and, you know, be thankful that we do have, you know, over the years when the nationwide economy was down, our area was not hit near as strongly because of the strong farm economy and the, you know, good weather and good prices at the time. That really helped our area not suffer quite as much as some of the other parts of the country.
And it's renewable. We do something in agriculture every day, and we grow a crop every year, and we produce pork and milk.
Right. You know, there's all kinds of commodities, you know, the wind energy, you know, there's all kinds of different things to diversify, which also helps go support our economy and make it stronger.
Bruce, how was breakfast?
That was very good. It doesn't get any better than that.
We're well fed, aren't we?
Right. Yep. Which is all ag related too, as far as sausage, and comes from pork, and pancakes and flour, which is from wheat. So everything that we eat comes from ag.
Thank you, farmers, right?
Absolutely.
And thank you, Scott, for joining us. Bruce, thank you very much. If you've been to any kind of agricultural events in our region, including the Mower County Breakfast on the Farm, you'll notice a strong presence of FFA members. These young people are the boots on the ground that help make these kinds of events a success. I met up with the crew from the Southland FFA chapter from Adams, Minnesota. Mr. Brown, thanks for bringing the FFA members in to have an interview. This is awesome. But also, thanks for being here at Breakfast on the Farm. Why do you do this?
Well, it's kind of a tradition. We've done it probably for maybe like the last 10 years, and it travels around to different areas, Hayfield, Leroy, and this year it happens to be in Southland in this district here. The kids get involved, they get to see how agriculture is, how important it is to our community, what a great community we have. They get to go through and see how their impact is on little kids, on older people in the community by helping out and seeing what it takes to organize an event such as what we have here today.
And it does take a lot of work.
Oh yeah, and they've been working for weeks to go through and get everything set up here for the animals, as far away as from Casson, way up there to local animals brought in this morning, so it's quite a bit.
Well, as an FFA advisor, what do you like about this Breakfast on the Farm event?
Well, it gets to show the kids and show the people in the community the different aspects of agriculture. From the hogs in the buildings to the confinement setups to actual vendors in the areas to machinery to just the socialization of it, and especially in a year like this year where it's been such a poor year, people need to come and vent and kind of discuss, and it's kind of cheap therapy, I guess, to go through and have the community come together and kind of bond a little bit.
Social, and then learning about agriculture and food.
Yep, and agriculture, people get to see the basics of, you know, how animals production is happening. The kids run around and do a lot of questions that are set up to answer and fill out. How many gallons a cow produces of milk, to how much feed a pig eats, to goats, to rabbits, to chickens, everything. So they get to see the whole kind of round robin thing with agriculture. And it's kind of interesting, and the kids are having a ball, and the parents are too.
Thanks for your work. I noticed it's Saturday, so it's really, really special that you're here and you brought some students. Thank you.
I'm an FFA advisor. It's every day.
24/7?
Yep, pretty much.
Oh, my word. Thank you.
Thank you.
And thank you, FFA members. Thanks for joining us for Breakfast on the Farm. We hope that you'll look for opportunities to visit a farm yourself, meet the people who put the food on our tables, and learn about how agriculture touches all of us. Please join us next week for more Farm Connections.